What is going on, YouTube? Back with another Bloodborne boss. Today we'll be taking on Vicar Amelia. I'm not sure whereabouts you're really meant to fight this boss, because it's locked behind basically locked gates that you can't get through unless you purchase an item back from in the Hunter's Dream. If you get the Hunter Chief, I think it's called the Hunter Chief emblem, for 10,000 souls from memory, you'll gain access to this entire area and you'll explore it around, and eventually you'll locate this boss. And if you do it early on like I did, she will kick your ass and you will do no damage. That's the toughest part I found with this fight, was just getting enough damage onto the boss, because it's similar to the Cleric Beast. It's a similar concept. It's similar story-wise as well, because like the first beast was a cleric originally, and then it transforms into that, and then this girl transforms into this terrible screaming thing. But my god, this game, if it hasn't delivered on every boss fight so far, this was extremely intense, this fight. It goes on for quite a while because of I guess I have a lack of damage still, even now. This is after I fought the Witch of Hemwick and had leveled up a bunch more. I think my sword was at like +5 or +6 by this stage. And I still kind of struggle with it. The really tough part is just sort of going the distance with this fight, because after you get her health under about half HP, she'll start doing a healing move, and you can't, well, at least I couldn't with my weapons, out DPS it basically. Like, I couldn't do more damage than she could heal in that amount of time. I'm not 100% sure whether she just does this a few times, or if it's based off how far you stay away from her. So you see me towards the end of the fight, I try and stay sort of in attack range so she doesn't back off and do this heal. Okay, so forgetting about that, she has a lot of attacks, and similar to Bloodstarved Beast, she has some sick combos. Like, she'll rage on your ass full on. Most of it you can dodge out of the way pretty easily. The camera angles is a lot better in this fight than it was in the Cleric Beast fight, so that helps a lot. Your best chance for damage is that jumping attack right there. If you get sort of, I don't know, 2.5 of her body lengths away from her, you can bait it and just dodge to the side as she's about to hit the ground, and you can get in a free, like, 2 or 3 swings. 3's probably a bit greedy. But, yeah, you gotta be very careful when she goes to prayer. You've seen it a few times already. She puts her hands together and then slams the ground, and it does damage in a long line. So you either have to time your dodge to the side or back right off, because it's got a bit of range on it. Excuse me, I have a bit of hay fever while I'm doing this. But yeah, everything else, if she starts getting really aggro, just back away and like get the shit out of the way. But these other sort of one hit combos that you can get a free hit in after. So that's the prayer attack I was talking about. It's really nasty. That will one-shot a lot of you, depending how many points you put into vitality. It's really high damage stuff. And the animation for it changes later in the fight. As she gets more aggro, she'll do it quicker. So you really have to be on the lookout for that. If you get caught in that, you can just be dead very quickly. So now she starts getting a bit agitated after a while. She doesn't like being hit with swords, apparently. When she puts her arms to the side, just dodge backwards is the safest thing. You can iframe through it, so you can dodge to the left if you time it perfectly. But that's another attack where that's a good chance to get a hit in, basically, because she doesn't generally do a follow-up, and if she does, it's normally just like a one swipe to the side, which you should be able to see coming. Familiarity is like what's going to help you beat this boss. You're going to have to fight it a few times, I feel, just to learn the moves, learn the tells of the boss, and that's kind of hard for me to explain in the fight. But you see here, she pops her heal cheese, and look how much she freaking heals. Like, she's literally, I hit her with like 4 R2s there, and she's at higher health than she was when she did it. So this is where the fight, you have to keep your A game on, basically. You probably want to come in with a full stock of blood vials. She is weak to fire, as far as I can tell. I got a pretty decent damage boost from the fire paper here. I used it a few times. I really like how you can change from like your large weapon to your small weapon without losing the fire paper. Because like I hated in Dark Souls, if you applied a buff to a weapon then you like accidentally swapped, it'd take it away. That always pissed me off. But yeah, you'll see now, like, there's more attacks showing up, there's different ones that you haven't seen. I don't get hit by that bite, I'm not sure what it entails, but I'm pretty sure it can't be good. So you just gotta dance around with her a bit. And yeah, like, at this stage you can still bait that jump attack if you really want to, but you gotta be careful that she doesn't back off and heal. And that's like a balancing act of how aggressive you want to be at this stage of the fight. So, like you see now, she's healed twice and she's still at half health after 5 minutes of fighting it. So you just have to keep on keeping on and try not to get greedy. I had my roommate watching me while I was doing this fight this time, and he was like, "You gotta stop backing off, man, she's gonna heal," and I go in and nearly freaking die to it, so you gotta be very, very careful. Try and resist being greedy, and you'll get there eventually, because if you stay in a decent range, she'll stop healing, as far as I can tell. So yeah, and it's quite easy to get a heal off in this fight, so if you do take some damage, back off. Watch out if looks like she's winding up the prayer attack, or if she's gonna leap, then dodge that, then heal, sort of thing. But yeah. It's just good stuff, good fight, very intense. I think my left hand was sweating and slipping off the stick at this stage, so yeah. I did try, originally the first few times I tried parrying her, I couldn't get anything going. I think there's one point at the start of the fight where I could have got a visceral attack off on her face, but I couldn't pull anything off, like any of those sort of moves off to get a higher burst of damage, but I'm sure there's some way to do it. And as far as interrupting the heal go, I tried doing like charged R2s into her back and didn't get anything happen. Maybe I didn't line it up properly, so I don't know, I'm sure someone somewhere will have a better strategy, but yeah, this is my 2 cents worth. Also, after you beat this fight, you go up and you get a cutscene. I'll leave it in at the end of the video, and this will give you a password, basically. Fear the Old Blood, I think the password is, and this will let you get into the Forbidden Woods. So if you go into the main big courtyard of the Cathedral Ward, where there's two of the really large enemies with axes, one of them will be standing sort of in front of a gateway, and you want to go down there, and if you just explore down there, you'll find you'll find like a stairway down to a doorway, and someone will ask you for a password, and then after this you'll have it and you'll be able to access that area. And that's the last area I went through from memory when I played yesterday. But yeah, that is all. Enjoy the rest of the screams. I hope this was helpful somewhat. I'll catch you next time, YouTube. Bye.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.